ATV Offroad Fury is rated E for everyone and contains no troublesome content. Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play ATV Offroad Fury. In the last episode, we continued with the Pro Career, I should say. Ended up racing at Manitoba Mills. I think that was the last one we raced at. In this episode, we're going to race in Salem's Backlot, the next race on our Nationals thing. We need to place 4th, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. In fact, quickly racing this racetrack. This track is actually rather easy to race in. So anyway, off to Salem's Backlot we go, which is actually kind of an interesting one. It'll be kind of difficult in a sense that this is one of the first track we have that takes place at night, actually. Which is okay. Just makes it a little foggier and difficult for me to see on the TV. But meh. I don't have to worry too much about that. 3, 2, 1, go! And here we are at Salem's Backlot. First thing you'll notice is that this is a really, really large track in a sense. The lane itself is really, really, really wide. But one of the things you'll also notice about this is that it's actually kind of a beautiful looking racetrack if I don't, actually die and fall off the track. This track is kind of, has very short run, well, I guess runways is not exactly the right word to call it. Short straightaways that lead to really quick turns, but not near as quick as some of the races we've just been in. They do have quite a few quick turns and whatnot, but for the most part, this race is actually kind of simple. However, those jumps right here, these jumps kind of are a little awkward and kind of stupid to maneuver through. But for the most part, this is actually relatively, compared to the past few races, this is a relatively simple race. I mean, although I am only staying a minimum of like 1.5 seconds behind, but oh gosh. That being said, a few things about this track that I need to actually explain. Oh gosh, I landed wrong right there. This is the first track that actually takes place at night, and it actually kind of makes it a little bit more difficult to actually see exactly what you're doing. If you haven't actually raced on this track before, it's kind of like racing on a blind, literally, or like you can't really see very well. It's kind of musky, it's kind of dark, it's kind of all sorts of, oh gosh. Yep, saw that one coming. Well, oh well. We can gain our lead back. Well, I'm hoping we can. So far, the crap. You know what? This race has gone off to a really bad start. Really bad, actually. In fact, that was a terrible... Okay. I don't know why, but I keep landing horribly. This is one of the things I don't like about this game, is that the collision detection when it comes to when it registers you crashing is stupid. In the games of the later series, this actually makes a little bit more sense, but like some of these are just absolutely ridiculous. You gotta land your ATV, your four-wheeler perfectly, but it seems like I just can't do it, I guess. Henceforth, why I am 7 seconds behind on a race that I should have a clear advantage of winning. But oh well, last I checked, it doesn't really matter what I place, I'll still be in first, but we don't want to do crap like that because that gets us further and farther behind. See, look, we're almost 4.5 seconds behind the person in first, who actually has quite a intimidating lead, it looks like. But one thing about this race is, yeah, you can kill people on it. No, one of the things about this race is that during those all those jumps, there's a way to actually get a pretty decent amount of time ahead of the racers behind you, and that's not the way. Almost KO'd on the finish line pole. But one of the jumps, you can actually make it if you preload in time. You can actually skip most of the jumps in one of the final straightaways, but I can't seem to nail it. Hopefully this race I'll be able to do it. But I see you in the lead. I see you, and I almost crashed. In fact, I'm pretty sure at some point I'll crash again, so I probably shouldn't say anything about crashing. But oh, that's another moment. Okay, let's not crash. That'd be a blessing, really good blessing. We're coming up on all the jumps and whatnot, and actually is it over here? If you can jump this, if you time this jump perfectly, you can end up clearing the entire thing. And this doesn't just work for this four-wheeler either. I ended up practicing this track the other day, with one of the more default four-wheelers. It's more not the kind of the least of the bunch. And I ended up being able to jump through all of those by preloading at the right times. The kind of the small hill that you see before the big hill is the one that you really need to worry about. That seems to be one of the easiest ways to gain a lead. See, look, I have 3.5 seconds lead, and that's all thanks to that one, oh gosh, that one jump. And I mean, it pretty much works the same way. The reason why is because it's just a lot of jumps that are really difficult to clear. For example, those are kind of difficult to clear, and it's all kind of about timing. This has actually been a rather tame race. Although it is beautiful. Looking at the moon, I almost said sun, and I almost drove off the track. Can we do it? Yeah! Big air! Big air. Did I almost crash? I think I almost crashed. But that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Because we are winning this race. Kind of anticlimactic. Meh. We're at 71 points. And oh my goodness, Snowman has to win 3 races to even come close to actually they'd have to win 3 races in order to even get first. That's crazy. Anyway, our next chunk is actually Red Rocks, which sounds fun. We're actually kind of closing up on the Nationals. So then once we get done with the Nationals, we'll end up going into the Supercross, which is a little bit more compact, but is a little bit more technical as well. We'll be dealing a lot with more of the garage things you can do in the garage. For example, let's just look at the garage for now. In the Supercross, we'll be ending up tweaking some of these things as well, just in case. Some of them you really don't have to worry about, some of them you do, all depending on what kind of race we'll be talking about. And most of the races will typically have the same kind of stats for them, but we won't get to those until we get done with the Nationals. But anyway, in the next episode of Let's Play ATV Offroad Fury, we'll go ahead and go race at Red Rocks, continuing our Nationals. We just have a few more races left, where we'll probably win. I mean, let's face it, I'm going to win. It's in my name. Scratch out the first E and it's winner. Duh. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode of Let's Play ATV Offroad Fury. In the next episode, we'll go to Red Rocks and continue winning, as always. But until then, keep being awesome. This is Braxton, writing out.